we have about 1.9 million persons in Nigeria living with HIV. And out of this 1.9 million, we have about 1.7 million who are already aware of their status and are already on drugs. If you look at our contemporary society, how many persons talks about protection, especially ladies? It's hard to see a lady that will tell you, please use condom.
They want it raw.
They will just tell you, please don't put it inside me.
Raw has really.
Do you understand? They'll tell you, please don't release inside me. But everybody wants it raw.
You use condom one, you throw it away, right?
Yes, you use one. You use one, you throw it away.
Because I'm sure some people start washing their condoms and hanging it.
You can't get it. No, you can't.
And start hanging it on their wires.
No, it's not possible.
Okay, my people, welcome to Saving My Full Chest on the Governor TV. I am Princess Annabelle, and I have with me in the studio two incredible men. They are from the Youth Awake for Better Society under the supervision of Caritas Nigeria. Okay, so they are here in the studio with me today to discuss a very pivotal topic. In fact, it is trending at this point about the 47th president of America taking down or halting rather benefits from underdeveloped countries. That is the PEPFAR distribution of drugs. Okay, so the PEPFAR has stirred a lot of concerns in the Nigerian society, and I'm beginning to wonder why. I don't know. Trump has categorically stated that they are halting, they are stopping for 90 days. I don't know why Nigerians as a whole, people who are living with this HIV are panicking a lot because of the withdrawal from the WHO. What do you think is really happening in the society? Because I go to tweet, it's all I see. I go to Instagram, it's all I see. Does it mean that half of Nigeria have HIV/AIDS?
Okay, let me address that. The point is that PEPFAR has been of tremendous value to this country, Nigeria at large, when it comes to HIV activities. PEPFAR has been so good in combating the spread of HIV, in the sense that it is this same PEPFAR that makes sure that these drugs are at our beck and call. Do you understand? Now, we have ART, we have PrEP, that's pre-exposure prophylaxis,
okay,
and other medications and equipment that helps to combat this virus. And these are things that PEPFAR brings to us, not Nigerian government. So US trying to stop, the provision of these things is a very big problem. You understand, when somebody doesn't have what it takes to afford this ART, it's a problem.
How much does this drug cost? Like
for now, the drugs are free.
Okay, it's given
yes,
to this.
Antiretroviral drugs are free. Yes, in all facilities, in all NGOs, it's free, and it is because of the help from PEPFAR. That's why it's like that. So imagine when PEPFAR withdraws, withdraws from helping us or withdraws their services. It's going to be a very terrible situation for Nigerians.
In fact, I heard their computer is shut down.
Yes, you
can't access them.
Yes, you made mention of Twitter and other social media platforms being, people are talking about it. Because now, the point is, how do people access these drugs?
Okay.
Do you understand? How do people... We have about 1.9 million persons in Nigeria living with HIV. And out of this 1.9 million, we have about 1.7 million who are already aware of their status and are already on drugs. And it is when you're on these drugs that you can attain viral load suppression. So without these drugs, it booms to AIDS.
Straight up.
Do you understand? But with the provision of these drugs, you understand that, hey, somebody can easily go to FMC, go to Heart to Heart, get the drugs, go to an NGO or a CBO, just like mine, Youth Awake for Better Society. If you are a positive a person, you can easily come and then get your drugs. And when those drugs are finished, you come back for refill.
Free of charge.
Free of charge. We don't collect a dime. Do you understand? So withdrawing their services is going to be a blow to Nigeria at large. And I don't know if our government has what it takes to take off from there.
And I wanted to also ask you, sir, is it that we ought to feel entitled that this is our right as Nigerians to enjoy these services? Okay. Otherwise, why the panic?
Okay, fine. Because of why we panic is because we're members of the UN.
Mm.
And PEPFAR is like a shoot of WHO
Mm.
under the health sector.
Mm.
So since we are members and we have this preferential treatment from them, we are panicking because these drugs come from them.
Mm.
The whole 55 countries as affected by this, the whole drugs come from PEPFAR.
Wow.
So if you stop these things, and the country, like for instance in Nigeria now, for like since the past 6 years or 7 or 10 years that these retroviral drugs are available,
Since
we have the
2003.
ones for the negative people, which is like he said, PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis, and the one for people that are already infected, antiretroviral therapy, that's ART. These drugs were not in Nigeria. When this emancipation of HIV started, anybody that has it believes that he or she is dead.
It's gone.
Now these people now came with the initiative to try to bring something that will help suppress this virus, that even a woman that is giving birth to a child cannot transmit HIV to the child. Even a woman that is already on the therapy for like say up to a year, and it kills the viral load goes down.
Yes, I heard that also.
And the person can meet somebody that is negative, and the
not
chances of
transmit.
not cannot
Really?
give. Now the person that is negative can also be on a prevention drug called just PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis. You take it for 1 month, for 30 days. If you're negative,
Yes.
you take it for just prevention. And if you take it for like 21 days, it's assured that you can sleep with somebody that is infected and you can't get it.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So when these drugs are no more coming into the state and the country, you see that people you start having this risky behavior. Why we call them risky behavior? In our typology, they call us people that use drugs. We have other typologies in Imo State, but the typology is people that use drugs. And now, why they call them key population is because of these people are vulnerable. Somebody that uses drugs can want to meet a woman, or the woman wants to meet a man without protection, not knowing the person's status.
Yes.
You know the transmission goes
Straight
back.
up.
So when these people are on PrEP, they on PrEP on a regular basis, it helps to boost the immune to fight
the virus
and to help to increase the CD4 count. What CD4 count is? CD4 count is those enzymes that help to fight these viruses. And when your CD4 count is down, that is when you can be able to transmit. So the panic now is because of we can't feel entitled about it because this is like an aid coming out, but we're shouting because the virus is already here. Like my colleague said,
yes,
we have up to close to 2 million people living with AIDS in Nigeria.
Yes.
And if you stop these drugs, some of these people might get relapse and they'll start indulging in risky behaviors again. And if you indulge in risky behaviors when you're on the therapy, you can be reinfected.
Again.
And that is bad because we have what we call HIV enhancement. You understand me?
Okay.
Where some people take these drugs for a certain time, they stop. Maybe feeling that maybe when they go for tests, you can't be detected of the virus. Maybe you feel it's gone. It doesn't go. It comes back again. And when it comes back for the second time, it's more dangerous than the first time.
Really?
So feeling entitled is not like our right, but we're entitled to it because it has been something that has been in existence for the past 10 years.
But as a Nigerian, we are Nigerians, right? What do you think our government should do now that this right has been, this opportunity, this grace, people's hope has been trampled on? You know, what then should our government do right this time?
So let me take it off from there. The point is that you know how you are in this country and you understand how Nigeria works.
Yeah.
You know, look at our health centers. They are nothing to write home about. Talk more of injecting such amount of money to aid or to combat HIV. So it's really going to be a problem. But if our government can sit up now to say, okay, since Donald Trump has decided to, withdraw his aid from international community, from other countries, they can actually, say, let's do this thing now. They can actually bring up a platform or provide money to help provide these drugs. We can now buy from them and give
because
to
that's
people.
what it's looking like. We have to buy from them.
Yes, we now have to buy from them and then give it to people free.
Yes.
Do you understand? Because some persons who actually knows that they have this HIV, some find it difficult to even come and collect it. Yes.
So how do they do it?
Yes, some find it difficult to come and collect it. Okay, now take for instance, when somebody discovers that the person has HIV, and then you tell the person to go to FMC to go and pick up a drug. The person will now think of, what if I get there and meet somebody that knows me? What if I get there and then I meet a cousin of mine? That is where the stigma comes. But with people like us, like CBOs, they can actually come to us because our CBO would not even have, what do they call it, a signpost.
Okay.
You understand? Yes. So
but you have a database.
Yes, we have a database.
Okay.
But they can actually come to us. You understand? We give them these drugs. And when it is finished, they come back and take a refill.
Oh.
Do you understand? So if Nigeria can actually sit up and say, okay, we are ready to do this now and provide enough money to buy from them and then provide to so many facilities, hospitals and NGOs and community-based organizations, I feel it is going to help. But are we ready to do that?
Are we ready to do this?
Is the government ready to take up that challenge?
So is this a death sentence? Would you call this a death sentence? Like there's no going back? Because I don't think, since their system is shut down, it means you can't even access them at this point. They said it's for 90 days. But how are we sure it will really be for 90 days? You know me, the president of America. You know, he's a no-nonsense person. So at this point, he's saying shut down for 90 days and people are already panicking. What if it becomes permanent? Would this mean people will die if our government don't do nothing?
The thing is, shutting down for 90 days is already a problem.
It's already a problem on its
Yes, shutting down for 30 days is a problem. Because somebody somewhere now has finished his medication. Like the container has finished it. And then he will need a refill.
How long?
And you're telling this person.
How long do you need to refill this medication? How long?
It lasts for 3 months.
Okay.
I think it has about 90 tablets inside.
So before that 3 months exhaust, you're supposed to come and take
yes,
another one.
before that, let's say 2 weeks to you finishing the medication, you have to just come back and pick up another container.
So you're saying
for the next 3 months.
So you're saying a HIV patient now cannot stay 1 week without taking this medication?
No, it's meant to be a daily routine.
Yes.
Yes. If you're supposed to take your drugs by 10 on every day, you should put 1 pill in your mouth.
Wonderful.
And it works like that. Wonderful. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, when they say you shouldn't abuse drugs, it means if you're taking it by 10, you started on Sunday to take it by 10. On Monday, you should take it at least by 10 after 10 or 9:50 something. You don't have to wait or miss out on a day. This is something you're trying to ensure that it gets suppressed. So you need to take it seriously and judiciously.
Wonderful.
You understand? So saying 90 days is already a problem because somebody who has just been discovered that he's HIV now needs the drugs now to start combating the virus. Telling the person to wait for 90 days. Now the ones are available. People may start hoarding it.
I wanted to say that.
You understand? The ones are available
or
now.
Start selling it.
That's the point. So somebody somewhere now will say, please, I need about 10 to come and pack and keep somewhere. Because he doesn't know what tomorrow might bring.
So there will be a complete rush.
Yes, there will be a rush and there will be scarcity. And it's a problem. So that's the effect of this whole withdrawal from, Trump.
Trump is cutting down. He said he's trying to save cost. Everybody go to your country, go and face your country and combat whatever that you're facing yourself. And Nigerians at this point are panicking, just like I said. We don't know what it will look like tomorrow. Nobody knows who could contact this. Now, I want to ask this question again. Okay. How long should people who are negative, how often should they go and check for their HIV status?
Okay. Actually, everybody, once you've gone, there's what we call window period. It's like when somebody is exposed or you're prone to getting the virus or any infectious virus, like when your immune is down. So
when you say exposed, you mean the person has gone to have an unprotected sex, or
the person is like exposed to having unprotected sex or being in an environment whereby maybe he or she was exposed to a kind of infectious disease. Because apart from HIV, there are more contagious diseases that are dangerous that can kill more, like hepatitis.
Yes.
I think hepatitis C.
Yes.
For now, there's no vaccine for it. So people are not talking about that. There's some infections that are very dangerous, but for HIV, it's ideal you go for every 3 months. You come to check your status every 3 months. Like for this is January. If you did a 30th January, it's ideally you should come by April for a second test.
Please, how true is it that Nigeria is stopping the second most populated country that having HIV/AIDS? Because we heard that, we saw that in the news, but I really want to confirm.
Yes.
How true is this?
From UNICEF, I read that Nigeria is the highest, country when it comes to HIV ranking.
Wow.
And I think in
In Africa.
Yes.
In Africa.
In 2015, I think Nigeria recorded new cases of about 950,000, if I'm not mistaken. New cases. Do you understand? So when you now withdraw this medication, somebody will not get virally suppressed. Because if I am HIV positive patient now, I get my drugs, and I'm on those drugs. For a period of 6 months or 1 year, I should be looking at being virally suppressed, which means I cannot infect the next person. So, but when I don't have these drugs, when I'm not taking these drugs, how do I get suppressed? And there are things you cannot tell an adult to do. That's having sex. People must have sex. And if you look at our contemporary society, how many persons talks about protection? Especially ladies. It's hard to see a lady that will tell you, please use condom.
They want it raw.
They will just tell you, please don't put it inside me.
Raw has really
Do you understand?
finished
They'll
a lot
tell you,
of
please
women.
don't release inside me. But everybody wants it raw.
Yeah.
They feel when they go without a condom.
Yeah.
You understand? So
And that's where the problem is.
that's where the problem is. So when you infect somebody, that person might have more than 2 partners. Let's say I am somebody who is honest with my partner. I just have one partner. Then my partner might have 2 persons she's sleeping
And
with
that's
that
so
I do
true.
not know. And this cut across to married women
what,
and married men.
With what ladies do,
That's the point.
You
So
know?
so I have a serious date. I feel I'm with that lady and she's with me. She may have somebody she's sleeping with, 2 or 3. So after sleeping with me or after sleeping with them, she gets the virus, gives it to me, and probably tomorrow we might break up. I'll still meet somebody else.
Definitely.
Or let's say I have it and I have met that girl without a condom, and she meets the other 2 partners. It's a problem. She will give it to them. And those 2 partners may have other people that
They
they're
are
sleeping
also
with.
having
So
affair
it
with.
keeps spreading.
There's no control.
So when they tell you that in 2015 they discovered a certain number of persons living with HIV, you don't need to doubt it because it keeps spreading like that.
And in Nigeria now as a whole, let's come down to Nigeria.
Okay.
Which state is most ranked as state that has people living with HIV and AIDS?
The highest state with HIV in Nigeria is Benue State. Then followed by River State. Then followed by Akwa Ibom. And I think Taraba is the 4th.
Wonderful.
From what I checked today. Now, we have been talking about the prevention drugs. We're talking about drugs. But now, we're not, this sanctioning now is affecting, it will affect a lot of things in Nigeria. Ask me what? Now, contraceptive. Like what people use to protect themselves, like let's say condoms. Condoms are being sold. Like in a facility, we give these condoms free. All our
Really?
services
Everything
are
we
free.
give there is for free.
Checking of your status, everything is free. Condoms we give free. And our condoms come from the way drugs come.
The same
Way.
people? The same
The
people?
same-
They're the ones that provide everything for
So
us.
they provide all the
Yes,
condoms,
yes. Now,
They
both
provide
the
prevention
drugs
and
for the negative.
lubricants
lubricants
too.
and everything.
Really?
Yes. Now, we're talking about this. People don't use condoms, like he said. But now, due to this situation, people want to use condoms. And Nigeria is a country that used to, we like beckoning on effects. What I mean is, since this is happening now, people that sell condom will now make it expensive.
Which will now still make
We will now,
expose.
yes. Now that this is not coming from us anymore, that the free we give to our friends and other people, they can't get it for free now. They want to go and buy. Which with maybe when they sell a good cycle for 500 now, you guys go to a normal pharmacy or a clinic, they'll tell you that it's now sold for 1,000. And you know this person can
And
afford
Go Cycle
it.
is the cheapest condom, right?
I wouldn't
It's
say
not-
for
there's-
for
it's
real,
no more-
but
it's no condom now is cheap.
no
again.
condom,
Condom is cheap.
Cheap
Yes.
again.
yes.
So
You
which one
understand
is the
me?
most expensive? So men out there would also know. Condoms do you know the ones that are most expensive in the market?
Kiss and think for now, Kiss and Go Cycle are on the same range when it
Okay.
comes to price. But
Okay.
they have other more expensive.
Expensive.
Like Durex, Rough Riders are more expensive. But we're talking about the cheapest one Nigerians can afford. It's going to be expensive because people will now want to start using these condoms that we've been ignoring for a very
For
long
a
time.
long time.
They will start using, and it won't be available.
It won't be available.
Now the ones that are available will not be expensive. Now you're saying that the problem is going to increase the more, because in our typology now, people that use drug, when we go to test people in the bunk, the ones that inject or smoke, you ask some of them, they do am, you go say, nah, bros, nah, no send that. You know, they will tell you literally
Straight up.
that, nah, bros, if I don't hide, if I did get a lot, I will just put them. You get it? And you try to explain to him, now, this situation that
See what's happening.
was happening. You go use the condom, you go say, I already used them before now.
So why
So why you want to use
them
them now? You know, he or she will start doing wrong. And it spreads them more. The problem is going to be very, very
drastic.
Because I've seen this like an Armageddon, though. Because
for real,
this is just what it is, and our government in question should think of an alternative for now.
Immediately,
before
it's an immediate one, right? It's an emergency, in fact, a health emergency.
Think of alternative because it's not something it's not something to laugh home about.
A lot will be affected. People's businesses, our
a lot
economy.
of people will lose job. Like most of us now might not be working from next month.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Most health workers might not be working because when you work and you don't get paid. So what's the essence of you working? We don't know the fate for now, though. We don't know that maybe by tomorrow or next things might turn around. But for now,
hands are crossed.
For now, the people are screaming because you just don't know the next fate.
It's unfortunate.
Yes, and most of the people who manage in our facility has been putting cross across. What are they hearing? That means they are going to die. We're not calming them down. That they should calm down. That let them use it.
And that's the panic.
Yes.
Who do we blame at this point? Is it Trump? Because he's also trying to cut down costs. You've seen what he's doing by saying he's going to send a lot of Africans, Nigerians home. You know, he's just doing these drastic measures. I don't know, maybe to fix his country also. Sending immigrants back. What's it again? Properties of politicians being sold. Nigerian students who are schooling abroad, go back home. And then this one again that matters with health. So it's a whole lot to handle with.
I will blame,
to be
very frank, I have to be blunt on this one. I will blame our country in this kind of situation.
We're so dependent.
HIV has been existing for the past 50 years, if I may remember, 50 or 40 years.
That's a long time.
They've known it. Then it was not like nobody knew what it was. But when it started coming up, Nigeria knew about it. Now, Nigeria has been a country that has been so adamant about things like this when it comes to health. That's why our health sector is so bad.
So bad.
Now, we're looking at just HIV. Most of these AIDS that come into the country, like tuberculosis, and
I also
TB,
heard malaria. So malaria comes into that, Mr. Prince.
They come.
Really?
Yes, they come from all this AIDS come. We're looking at HIV. What about this tuberculosis? Like most people that once, okay, now, let me give you the way we work. If you come, if you're positive, once you've been enrolled on ART, which is the antiretroviral therapy, they give you a drug. What's it called again for TB?
TB drugs, yes.
They give you take it for 6 months, and when you take it for that 6 months till you die, you won't take TB drug again because people that have HIV are very prone to
their immune is low,
getting anything that is around them. Now these drugs come like that too. Some other people that are not HIV positive still use these drugs. Now it stops. And most of these drugs, I've gone to most of the pharmacies in this Owerri to ask them, do you sell this drug? They don't even know what it is.
Really?
I'm not joking. They don't know what it is. So now you've seen the problem. So it's not only HIV. Other things are going to be affected.
We're in trouble.
So the country,
big trouble.
The country it's late. I can't say it's late though, but the country now is going to find it difficult to start.
Picking up. Before they do all that, lives will be lost.
Yes.
Lives will be lost. A whole lot will be lost also, in the process. I don't know. It's my head is just full. I just hope we just come out of this whole menace on time. Because how are we going to cope as Nigerians? Your brother or your sister who has this illness, you're watching them die before your very before. I mean, you can't help them. I want to ask, you give out shout outs to people who are living with this illness, and you also advise our youths out there on how they can start taking preventive measures immediately, especially with all those young girls who are out there doing different kind of jobs, different kind of, odd jobs just to meet up, So please, sir, the table is yours.
Okay. The truth is that HIV is not a death sentence. Do you understand? It's been there over time. There are people who are living with HIV for the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. They're living so fine. Men looking at them, you can't even dictate that they have HIV.
I don't even see them anymore.
Do you understand? They are everywhere, even in the buses that you enter. They are your fellow human beings. It's not a death sentence. But because these people are taking their drugs judiciously,
You wouldn't know.
you wouldn't know. And most of them has attained, suppression
Okay.
because they are taking their drugs. Now, since it's now like this, my advice is let us maintain this idea of always using condom. Because, yes, the idea of having one sex partner is still advised, but there was something I said earlier. You can have a sex partner and you are within yourself, you know that this is the only person you're sleeping with. But that
But
your
you're
sex
not sure.
partner has some other person she's sleeping with. So
Why you
in
saying
that
she,
case,
she, all of this?
okay,
one?
she or he,
Uh-huh,
you
better.
understand? It's
Uh-huh.
not,
Because
it's
men
not,
cheat
it's
more.
not gender based. So anybody
Yes.
can be a cheat. So whether a man or a woman, I would advise you ensure you always use condom or you abstain.
Completely.
Do you understand?
abstinence-
It's either you
it's
abstain,
abstinence
but that
possible.
abstinence is not possible. Do you understand? Adults, you know how it is. There are commercial sex workers. There are people who are doing it for the sake of love. There are people who are in marriage. So if you're a married woman or a man, you just have to ensure that keep resounding it to your partner that
This is it, oh.
yes, this is it. The time has come.
It has come.
So if you're doing this, you just have to be careful.
So on the note of abstinence, so I'm calling it cut you short. So if you can't abstain, do you also advise they go and masturbate? I'm sorry, it's a crazy question. Men, women, use your dildo. Yes.
Well, the point is, there are things you cannot tell an adult to do or not to do. So if anyone finds pleasure in masturbation, so
If it
be
works
it.
for you.
Yes, if it works for you, I wouldn't tell you, hey, don't do this or don't do that. But if this is what works for you, go ahead. Yes.
You know what I mean?
You understand?
Yeah.
There was a time I saw in the news that a university in Liverpool, people messed up the toilet because there are high rate of people who masturbate in their toilets. So this is what works for them. Probably there are no women around. So they feel masturbation is the only way out. And they're doing it and it's working for them. So since it's like this, the only remedy is abstain or always use your condoms correctly.
Correctly. Okay, there's a way to use
Yes.
it correctly.
Yes. Using a condom is one thing and using it correctly is another thing. So many persons don't know how to use a condom. We have male and female condoms.
Really?
Yes. So it's either you use the male condom or you use the female condom. And if you don't know how to put this female condom correctly, it's a problem. You might think you fixed it well, but you did not fix it well. Do you understand? So maybe in our next meeting, I can demonstrate how, to use a female condom.
Okay.
You understand?
That would be really helpful. Though.
Yes, but for
They need to know.
now, I will advise that people should stick to one partner, always resound it to that partner that this is what is at stake, and use your protection, use your condoms regularly and in a way that you should and correctly, in fact.
So no matter the cost of these condoms,
You just have to provide it
they will
or
get
you abstain.
expensive.
Yes,
They will get expensive.
it's either you just buy the condom, ration how you have sex because that is what it is. Since it's expensive, we don't even know how much condoms are going to cost in the coming
In a couple
in a couple of
true.
months.
Yeah.
So condom might rise to 10,000 per one.
Wonderful.
It's possible. I'm just making an estimate. But if it's rising like that, what would you do?
You need to do the do.
You just have to buy it and then know how to use it.
You use condom one, you throw it away, right?
Yes,
you can't
you
repeat
use
it.
one, you throw it away.
Because I'm sure some people start washing their condoms and hanging it.
You can't get it again.
No, you can't use
start
it.
hanging it on their wires.
No, it's not possible. So you buy one and after usage you throw it away
Okay.
and get another one.
It's okay.
You understand?
So, sir, what do you have to say, please? What's your advice?
Okay. To add to what my colleague said,
Yes.
most people don't know where to go check apart from the labs. They don't know they have facilities around. Like maybe you guys are going to drop our contacts to them. Our office is at Ikenebu here. It's not far.
Okay.
They can come for free test. And if you're positive, we won't tell you to go home. We enroll you. We have other programs to do for. We have a very, very flexible programs for people that are positive.
Okay.
I wish maybe in our next session we can bring one person that can be proud to tell you the kind of program we do. But that's by the way. What I'm advising is, please, anybody that wants to indulge in unprotected sex should always go for tests.
Insist.
You and your partner should know your status. They have when you come to our facility, we have test kits that we can give to you. They have what they call oral quick for testing. People don't know about it. Yes, we have that
I'm hearing
one.
this for the first time,
yes,
yeah.
oral quick. I wish we knew we could have come
Brought
with some of the
this.
samples. You can get that one for a personal usage. If a lady wants to go to her boyfriend's house or whatever she wants to go and do, she can go put it in her bag and go there. That, guy, before you go sleep with me, or babe, before I go sleep with you.
So that's the message now. Go and get oral kit before you go and meet your boyfriend. Right?
No, get just the point. The message is get yourself checked up.
And in case you still want to do the other do with someone that is not your partner,
boyfriend or anything, it's
you need to go
since
with
you don't want to use
oral,
a condom.
Yes.
Since you don't like using condom.
Yes.
They have a mobile test kit you can go, which is
Straight
oral
up.
quick. You give the person uses it there. The result comes out in 20 minutes. Then you know this person is positive or not before you can go into. Or if you can't do it, then you should get a protection.
Straight up.
Because prevention drugs might not be available anymore for now. So, like I said, our services are free. If anybody wants to use our services, you can reach out to us from you guys.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So let me also add to what he said. You know, yes, our facility gives out these things for free. You understand? We have a lot of kits to check HIV. We have oral quick. We have vitamin. Then we have confirmatory test kits.
Okay.
Yes, that's Unigold and Start Pack. So now this oral quick is something that you can actually carry along to your partner's place. But now giving it to this person to get tested before you continue is ideal. But on a second thought, this person might still be in window period. Do you understand? And someone who is in window period can as well transfer the virus to you.
Wow.
Window period, yes. It might not really show with that. Let's say you had sex last 2 weeks with somebody who has HIV and the person has already infected you with the virus. It's already in you. And within that period, you are in window period because you might use a test kit and it will not show.
Okay.
That's how bad it is.
Wonderful.
Within that 2 weeks, it might not show. Within 1 month, it might still not show. So the only time we can assure you that it can start showing in test kits is maybe 2 months, 1 month, or 3 months.
Wonderful.
Do you understand? So you might actually test somebody now with oral quick and it doesn't really show that the person has and the person is in window period and you go ahead.
And go ahead and
you understand? Unless you can now come to our facility, we'll now use other measures to check if through the
one that can really show.
Yes, the one that can really show, even if you're in window period.
Wonderful.
You understand? That's why we have categories of test kits. You understand?
So in a nutshell, I would want to wrap up by saying making love now is expensive.
Yes.
Very expensive.
Whether you like it or not. It's not a little urgent 2K that you give a babe now or 50K or name the amount. Making love now is expensive. Buying a condom now is expensive. He said abstinence. If you can abstain, good and fine for you. But as couples because I know couples who are HIV patients, you know how you do. Respect yourself. I beg you now with God. Trump is coming out and he's not joking about this. Nigerian government, our people are here. We are begging. Please do something before it gets out of hand. 90 days and the clock is already ticking. Thank you all and God bless you. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.